Today on NewsWatch, a new document points to a Benghazi cover-up at the State Department. See how they tried to cut a secret deal with the FBI to hide a Hillary Clinton email. Plus, the Battle of Mosul, why this fight to cut out the cancer of ISIS could be so costly in so many ways. And still underwater in Louisiana 2 months later. Now these flood victims say the federal government could deliver the final death blow to their struggling town. Thanks for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Charlene Aaron. Lots of trouble this week for both presidential candidates. New evidence is in that shows the State Department trying to cover up an email on Benghazi on Hillary Clinton's private email server. And Donald Trump is still playing defense about his attitudes towards women. All this just 1 day before the final presidential debate. Heather Sells has the latest.
FBI files released Monday show just last year a top State Department official trying to cover up a Benghazi email on Hillary Clinton's private server. It happened during the FBI investigation into her email scandal. Undersecretary of State Patrick Kennedy, an ally of Hillary Clinton, offered the FBI a quid pro quo to change the email's classification so that it wouldn't be seen. The FBI eventually said no. The FBI and State Department deny any deal. The political fallout, Republicans say the Obama administration was working to protect Clinton.
This is worse than Watergate, what's going on with this. And what does she get out of it? She gets to run for the presidency of the United States. Explain that. Explain it.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump's wife, Melania, is speaking out about the videotape from 2005 where he made lewd comments about women. She told CNN that her husband is not that kind of man.
He was lead on, like egg on, from the host to say dirty and bad stuff.
And new charges against the media. It turns out that the overwhelming majority of donations from journalists have gone to Hillary Clinton. Federal campaign finance filings show working media have given $382,000 to Clinton, and they gave just $14,000 to Trump. A new WikiLeaks release also confirms concerns about media collusion with the Democratic Party. Glenn Thrush, a White House political correspondent with the website Politico, emailed Clinton's campaign chair John Podesta, asking him to review a story before it was published, saying, "Please don't share or tell anyone I did this." The campaign media revelations are just the latest in a year filled with them, and they come with just 3 weeks till the election and 1 day until the final debate. Heather Sells, CBN News.
Russian government officials say Russia and Syria will stop airstrikes on the city of Aleppo in preparation for a temporary truce. Russia's defense minister says the halt in strikes will prepare the way for militants to leave the eastern rebel-held parts of the city. Russia says its forces and the Syrian army will observe what's being called a humanitarian pause between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Thursday. At that time, Syrian rebels, including al-Qaeda militants, as well as the wounded and the sick, will be allowed to leave to a neighboring rebel-held province. Iraq's Kurdish forces paused today in the new offensive to retake Mosul from ISIS. The Peshmerga troops needed some time to gain a stronger hold on nearby villages, which they captured on Monday. The pause comes a day after intense fighting involving airstrikes, heavy artillery, and ISIS car bombs. As Chris Mitchell reports, the military campaign against ISIS is just the start of a much larger battle over control of Iraq's second largest city.
The sounds of battle surrounded Mosul as Iraqi and Kurdish forces launched their push into the city. Kurdish fighters seen here have captured at least 7 villages just outside Mosul. The Kurdish Peshmerga seem eager to help free the city.
Today, we're gonna fight until we die.
The enemy has clearly shown it's ready to die. This ISIS suicide bomber blew himself up after driving into this Iraqi tank. Iraqi and Kurdish forces are receiving help from the 101st Airborne and U.S. airstrikes. U.S. commanders pledge a difficult but successful conflict.
This may prove to be a long and tough battle, but the Iraqis have prepared for it, and we will stand by them. The Iraqi security forces and the coalition are not only fighting for the future of Iraq, we are fighting to ensure the security of all of our nations.
But the various forces trying to capture Mosul hold different agendas. That wrinkle raises the question, who controls Mosul when the battle is over?
That's a good question. That is the question. What happens after the fall of Mosul?
Retired U.S. Colonel Richard Knabb told CBN News the military campaign is just the beginning.
The critical part is afterwards. You can take Mosul militarily. I think that's the easier piece in my view. It's the part about the political solutions afterwards that need to be meaningful.
While the future of Mosul remains unclear, the ISIS dream of a caliphate is crumbling. Their recent loss of the symbolic town of Dabiq means ISIS needs a new storyline. According to Islamic prophecy, Dabiq was to be the site of an end-time battle. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
An American Christian aid worker was kidnapped Saturday while on a ministry trip in Niger, Africa. Authorities say gunmen raided Jeff Woodkey's home, killing his 2 guards and sparking panic. He is known for working with YWAM, teaching the residents how to read and spreading the gospel. Al-Qaeda and criminal gangs frequently target Westerners in the area and demand millions of dollars for their release. A detained Iranian-American businessman arrested a year ago in Iran was seen for the first time in a video posted online Monday. Iran's Judicial News Service put out the video hinting he would be accused of espionage. Simak Namazi is shown in the video along with American sailors that were detained last year by Iranian forces. The end of the video also shows Representative Ed Royce, the California Republican, who said Iran's arrest of Namazi showed its, quote, contempt for America. This comes after recent tensions between Iran and the U.S. and as Iran's security forces continue to target anyone with Western ties. Well, a federal judge has ordered the IRS to resolve pending applications for tax-exempt status from Tea Party applicants. The agency has been under investigation for targeting conservative groups and subjecting their applications to intense scrutiny and delays. Now, District Judge Reggie Walton has ruled that the IRS must issue determinations by November 11th. The American Center for Law and Justice represents 38 groups that are suing the IRS. The ACLJ's Jay Sekulow called the judge's order a major victory. Actor Kirk Cameron is launching a special nationwide event tonight called Revive Us. He's calling families to join in a live interactive prayer and worship experience in 700 movie theaters to discover the one strategy that can heal America.
America is in serious trouble. So I'm calling a national family meeting. As I visit churches all across the country, moms tell me they're concerned about their children's futures. Dads tell me they know something's broken and that the nation's on the wrong track, but they all ask, what can we do? I began meeting with the most brilliant, insightful, faithful people I know. Pastors, authors, filmmakers, presidential candidates, and they gave me answers that filled me with hope and optimism. It was a new perspective. It refreshed my spirit and revived my heart. The whole family is coming to pray, to worship, and to learn how to transform this nation from the inside out and the bottom all the way up to the top. Because when our family gets together and the Spirit is moving, we are unstoppable.
Revive Us begins at 8 p.m. tonight, and to find a theater in your area, go to cbnnews.com and look for our story about this event. While Christians are coming together in unity to make a powerful statement, thousands will gather for the second annual March for Jesus Augusta event in Augusta, Georgia. Churchgoers everywhere will take to the street to honor Jesus, worship, pray, and share the gospel with residents. The event has been extremely successful in the past with some 12,000 attendees and more than 400 salvations. Next week, they expect to see more success and will proclaim Jesus' name, rain or shine. Coming up, a look back at what's been called the 1,000-year flood, the aftermath of a freak storm that dumped more than 7 trillion gallons of water on central Louisiana. For several days, we've been watching cleanup and recovery efforts in the wake of Hurricane Matthew, and the tragedy in Louisiana has faded from the news. But many people there still haven't recovered from the massive flooding 2 months ago. More than 100,000 homes were lost or damaged, and some have been looking for the help promised by the government. But while they waited, volunteers and Operation Blessing were hard at work. Chuck Holton has the story.
A freak storm dumped more than 7 trillion gallons of water on central Louisiana in August. Families whose neighborhoods had survived many storms, floods, and hurricanes suddenly found themselves fleeing for their lives. Jerry Denton is a city marshal in Denham Springs, Louisiana.
For 7, almost 8 days, just every day, day in and day out. One day went to the next. We went house to house, door to door, making sure people were out and rescuing folks and getting them to high ground.
Meanwhile, his own house was under nearly 10 feet of water.
Water came up quicker than it ever has in the past. We've been in this house 14 years, and we've never experienced the water rise at such a rapid rate.
The cleanup will be a long, slow process. In Denham Springs, virtually every single family has been affected.
Businesses, teachers, law enforcement, firefighters, everybody, any kind of business that this city can imagine is going to be affected. So, and consequently, the tax base, which runs our government, is going to be impacted tremendously, and we're going to feel all that.
Just to give you a sense of the destruction and how widespread it is here in southern Louisiana, that thing that looks like a houseboat back there behind me is actually a shed. This is a place called Alligator Bayou. It's about 40 minutes south of Baton Rouge, and it's still underwater, even almost a month after the floods took place. And the people who live in this house only were able to get back into their house in the last couple of days. And today was the first day that anyone from the U.S. government showed up to help.
I've lived here for 55 years and the water's never been this high.
Michael Pettit is trying to pick up the pieces of his life.
The water actually stayed in my home for about 19 days. We haven't received anything from FEMA or the government yet because they're just now being able to, today actually, to inspect my home because the water was too high.
It's a problem many homeowners are facing. The Obama administration has pledged nearly $130 million to help those affected, but many here say it's too little, too late. This is Sabra. Her house was not in a flood zone, and so it had no flood insurance. She's been hoping FEMA would step in to help.
Of course, we put in for the help that they tell you to put, and they'll send someone to help you, but that hasn't happened. Churches from all around have helped, just individuals. State Trooper gave tools for him to work with.
And while the people were left waiting for government assistance, Operation Blessing was on the ground from day one. Many of those whose homes were flooded may be required to raise their homes as much as 14 feet in order to qualify for government aid. But Marshal Denton says that could be a death sentence for this town of 12,000.
The thing that concerns me is that, the federal government not realizing what they do by requiring these regulations basically could regulate the town out of existence.
In the meantime, the people are doing what neighbors do in this part of the country, pulling together and helping one another. Kevin Reeve manages the First NBC Bank in Denham Springs. He's serving up hamburgers to the community since nearly all the restaurants have yet to reopen.
Well, I went through Katrina, I lost 2 houses, and you have 3 days to be on your own and another 7 days praying for somebody else to show up. So be prepared, but after that, the most important thing is your neighbor and those other people who show up quickly to help rebuild your community and contribute toward it.
It makes you feel good to know that our society at least is helping each other because the government's doing nothing.
Though they're calling it a 1,000-year flood, these residents worry things like climate change and too much development may cause this to happen again. As for now, men like Marshal Denton are doing their best to put their loss into perspective.
Maybe this is, God's way of saying, it's time to clear out some of this clutter and put your treasures in heaven where they belong. And, and I think that, we've taken that to heart.
From Denham Springs, Louisiana, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.
Up next, watch how NFL wide receiver Charles Johnson overcame the biggest obstacle to his pro football career himself. You hear about the wake-up call that could have been the end of him. With a 5-0 record, the Minnesota Vikings are currently the only undefeated team in the NFL. And wide receiver Charles Johnson is a big part of the Vikings' success. Johnson is living his dream, but as he told sports reporter Sean Brown, it's a dream that was almost derailed by Johnson himself.
NFL wide receiver Charles Johnson is considered one of the deadliest weapons in the Minnesota Vikings air assault. In 2014, his first season with the team, he had 31 receptions for 475 yards in just 11 games. CJ was living his dream. But before making it to the NFL, Charles had to overcome his biggest obstacle, himself. It was a journey that began when he was a student athlete at Eastern Kentucky University.
You know, I was a true freshman. I was very immature. I started just hanging out with friends, wanting to be cool. Thought I was big time or something. I don't know what I thought.
Charles grew up in northern Kentucky. He accepted Christ while attending Young Life Bible studies in high school. But when he went off to college, he says he shoved his faith in the back seat.
Started slipping away a little bit more because I was at school. I wasn't around it anymore.
As a result, Charles lost focus on his priorities. He started getting into trouble with the school officials.
We just get in trouble for the dumbest things. Like, we got in trouble for taking the couch out of the lobby, put it in our room. We got in trouble for fighting with fire extinguishers in the hallways.
He was eventually suspended from the university for 2 years and had to return home. And on the drive back, he got the wake-up call of his life.
It was pouring rain and I'm going about 80 in the fast lane. So once I tap the brake, I start the hydroplane and my tail starts to spin out. I just smash into the median. When I smash, I look back to see what's coming to hit me as I'm spinning out. And two semi zoom, zoom, spin right by me and I just stopped. I drove off to the side. I was crying and stuff.
So what changed in your heart? What changed?
That could have been the end of me. That could have been the end of Charles Johnson. And I need to really figure out, I really needed to tighten up and figure out what I wanted to do.
It was too late for him to be added to another school's roster, and his only option was to play at Antelope Valley Community College in California. Trying to make it to the NFL from a junior college can be nearly impossible.
I go through that, I'm going to school, playing ball, struggling, eating ramen noodles every day.
Charles had a great year with the Martyrs, but things off the field once again derailed his plan. His girlfriend Kaylin had become pregnant. He also received news that his father was ill, and he had no idea how he was going to provide for a child or help his father. So he went to God in prayer.
I prayed and let me find a way. You just give me the call in and I answer.
Charles rededicated his life to the Lord.
The Lord gave you a call?
Yeah, he's like, man, here's what you need to do, man. Football is for you. This is what you got to go do. I went to another school. I took classes at a local community college just to finish up my degree. I was working at Arby's, working at Olive Garden back-to-back, still trying to stay in shape for football because I knew I wanted to go back.
Charles earned a spot at Grand Valley State University, a Division II school in Michigan. And he knows that it was all because of the Lord.
All the struggle I had went through to that point, I mean, he continued to give me the strength to endure and to keep moving forward. And one of my favorite scriptures is the Philippians 4:13. I mean, a lot of people use it, but I live by it because I know his strength, he gives me that strength.
Charles had a stellar career at Grand Valley State. Though he wasn't invited to the NFL Combine, he impressed scouts at his senior pro day and was selected in the 7th round of the 2013 NFL Draft by the Green Bay Packers. He made his way to Minnesota by way of Cleveland in September of 2014, and it didn't take him long to earn the starting job.
I got worked in slowly. At first, I was getting 5 plays a game, 10 plays a game, 20 plays. Then, boom, I'm starting.
Today, Charles and Kaylin are married with 2 children, and his father's health has improved. He says if there's one thing he's learned during this journey, it is that all things work together for good when you love God and follow His call.
I just think Jesus Christ, like, if you're going through something, if nobody else is going to be there, He's going to be there. I can guarantee you that. He may not respond the way that you want Him to sometimes, but He's listening, and it's been a long journey, but He's blessed me.
Superbook is taking a new form in the Middle East. CBN has created a new 30-minute program that introduces Superbook to Middle Eastern children. Every show includes a Superbook episode and an on-air Egyptian host who teaches kids object lessons. The program also gives a Bible lesson along with a verse based off the episode. 13 episodes have already been recorded in Arabic. CBN's goal is to launch the program in Egypt within the next year. And you can find out more about what CBN is doing around the world by logging on to cbn.com/international. And that's going to do it for CBN NewsWatch. You can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about at cbnnews.com. And tell us what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can do that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day. God bless.